Hi, everybody. Welcome to Queers and Soaps. My name is Derek, and today I'm joined by Karen, and we are live for our GH coverage this week, for the last 2 weeks. So, we're discussing episodes that aired from December 23rd to January 3rd, 2025. Time to roll the credits, and we'll get started. All right, so we're going to do something a little different this time because episodes were kind of spread out over the last 2 weeks. We're going to discuss episode by episode. So we're going to start with the December 23rd episode. So it's still Christmas Eve in Port Charles. So this time we've had Christmas Eve, we have the day after Christmas, we have no New Year's, and then it's January all of a sudden. So the timeline is all weird and crazy. So I don't really know what's going on. But it's Christmas Eve in Port Charles, and people are still gathered in Rice Plaza for the tree lighting. I learned it was Rice Plaza. Finally, they've been saying it, and now I finally know what the town square is called. Rice Plaza. There we go. Also, back at the Quatermains, Lulu goes to see Tracy, and Brooklyn is upstairs spying, and she is jealous of their bonding. And Tracy tells Lulu she cannot go searching for Charlotte because it's dangerous and she doesn't want anything to happen to her, and she doesn't want Rocco to lose his mother. Brennan is still at Christmas Eve at Carly's house, and she does have some really nice scenes with Jocelyn that I kind of enjoyed.
Yep.
I like them bonding over decks, and I like their card games that they were playing. It was interesting. I like that.
It was sweet, and I like Brennan's chemistry with everyone. He seemed to take the right tone with Jocelyn, so I kind of like their scenes together.
Yeah, same. We meet a mysterious young girl in Rice Plaza who we don't know who she is yet, but she is reintroduced with Gio, and she has a wallet in her hand, and she hands Gio the wallet. And apparently, I don't remember what exactly happened with this guy.
There was a tourist who went to pay for an ornament from some old lady who handmade ornaments. This is a very classic fan fiction trope. And he stole from the old lady. He took more ornaments than he paid for, so she took his wallet to give the old lady more money, according to her.
Yeah. And then we were back at the Quatermains. Ned and Jason have a great scene together. I really enjoyed this. Ned says he sees what he saw his grandfather saw all those years ago with Jason, as Jason has moved back home to be with Danny. And I like that scene a lot. And then Ned, this is my favorite line of the week probably. Ned says, "Oh, get ready for the Quatermain Christmas," and Jason says, "Isn't that every day?" The way he said that line was perfect.
Steve Burton. Yeah, he's killing it. Has been impressive.
Yeah, he's doing.
He must be having fun.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed him this run that he's been on since he got back. This is my favorite run of his on the show so far since he's been Jason Morgan. Anyway. Yep. Rick and Alexis, I really enjoyed their scenes as well when they were trying to make Christmas special for Molly and they were decorating. And it was really funny when she almost choked him with the Christmas lights.
It was a really, really fun montage of the two of them aggressively cooperating.
Exactly. It was fun.
I loved it. That again looked like they were having fun. They look like you were saying before, it looks like you could catch them out of the corner of their eye, like smirking at each other. Like they were really having fun.
Yeah. Hi, Matt. How are you? Thank you for coming. So Cody decides to come to Christmas Eve at the Scorpios. And we have, the Scorpios celebrating. Georgie and Maxie are looking for presents. Let's see, what else happened? Anna says she has a surprise guest on the way. Cody and Sasha, are bonding, are getting over the fact that they're cousins. Sort of.
It's so weird. They still have too much romantic chemistry. I hate that they broke
chemistry. And
what a waste.
Such a shame. It is such a shame. Cody's bonding with James, and that was fun. Getting back to Rice Plaza, I love seeing Lucky, Laura, and Lulu in a scene together. That was something that we've been waiting for, but it was very short and sweet, though.
I just wish Nicholas was there. Laura's like, my 2 kids are here. And I'm like, you have 3 kids.
Yeah.
One's in prison. I get it, but you have 3 kids, lady.
Also, at Rice Plaza, Isaiah and Jordan have a great scene together as well. He gives her a towel, and she says, "Oh, just so you know, my towel was never in danger of slipping. It was like a slip-resistant towel or something like that he gave her."
That was sweet.
But that was really sweet because he offered to cover TJ's shift so TJ could be with Jordan that on Christmas Eve. That was really
Yeah, he's been very sweet.
I love him.
Yeah.
I absolutely love him. So let's see. We talked about Brennan and Joss. Laura and Sunny had a scene together. I guess they made peace between them. They shared a hug.
I hate that. I was like, are you kidding me right now? It's Laura's birthday and she's going to hug Sunny.
Yeah, it was interesting. I also love when Danny and Jason were talking about Sam. I was kind of really touching moment. And Danny said that bright star above us with Sam watching over us.
Very sweet.
It was very sweet. And I also love when Jason said, when people die, they just become a part of us. And I liked that line. I thought
pretty profound for the
it's
guy
very
that
profound,
has
especially
brain
from
damage and multiple brain surgeries. He's
Yeah.
doing well.
Yeah, Jason's doing great. Also, Isaiah has chemistry with women, and I agree about Laura's. Yes.
Yo, Isaiah has too much chemistry with everyone. The problem is, like, where are we going to put this guy when he could be with Lucas? He could be with, Jordan. He could be
Isaiah's story. I mean, I like him with Jordan, but come on. Like, we need something hot and steamy.
I don't know if we're getting it. We've had a weird year.
We have, yeah. And we're going to do a yearly recap in a little bit, but yeah. So also at the Quartermains, we have a nice celebration with Tracy, Ned, Lois, Brooklyn, and Chase. And Lois takes a gulp of some champagne when Ned mentions that he can't wait for his first grandchild to get here. Wonder what that means.
It means I'm going to be annoyed when they announce that Gio's related.
Same. I'm not on board with that storyline. So Gio finally returns after his encounter with this girl. He's kind of smitten with her. And Chase and Gio and Ned sing, I forget what song, Christmas song it was, but they sang a Christmas song. So that's about it for that episode. Oh, no, there's one more thing. Rocco gets a text from Charlotte, and he sends her a pic of Lulu, and Charlotte then calls Rocco, and Rocco gives Lulu the phone, and Lulu is talking to Charlotte for the first time in 4 years, and Lulu is now going to go meet Charlotte. So that was the December 23rd episode.
Can I talk about how absolutely horrible it is that Lulu just basically abandons Rocco on his first Christmas with his mother back? He's so devastated, and she's just I think it like trails back to the old storyline where she's basically in competition with justice for Rocco. Like,
yes,
she's so busy trying to defeat Valentine to have Charlotte that she's neglecting the son that stayed by her bedside for 4 years. And to me, it was just really kind of awful.
I agree. Poor Rocco. I felt bad for him. All right.
And she also makes him keep a secret, which is not cool. She's like, don't tell anyone. Well, like, okay, suffer in silence, Rocco, alone on Christmas.
Okay, Emma, on this next episode, Emma is reunited with her family. We learned that the girl in Rice Plaza was Emma. And she meets her Aunt Sasha for the first time. She
interrogates her a little bit.
He does interrogate her a little bit.
Yeah.
It's pretty clear that Emma has secrets. We will find out what they are later, but she's trying to distract everyone from figuring out what's going on with her. And she doesn't want anybody to call Robin either. That was an unexpected recast. I didn't expect them to recast Emma, but
no, but I think the original actress, I think she's in school to be a nurse or something. So like she's working on a different career.
Right.
You got to recast in these cases. We need these characters on the canvas. And I think the new actress is, she's doing a good job.
Yeah, I like her. Yeah, I have no problem with it at all. Drew was lurking around, at Nina's Christmas Eve party. Willow wants him to stay even longer, and Nina's not happy about this.
Is Willow brain damaged? Did she get carbon monoxide poisoning at some point?
I something like I don't
There's
know.
Something wrong
on Willow's head right now. This is not a good idea. It's just not. Lucas stops by and lays into Willow. I enjoyed watching that, and
I applauded. I was like, yes, exactly, Lucas.
Thank you for telling her exactly what we are all thinking.
Yes.
Audience. Like Lucas is also becoming a spokesperson for the audience, like Maxie, and
I love that. I love that for him.
I don't know what's going on with Willow. I don't hate Willow. I never used to think she was stupid. Now I think she's pretty stupid.
I don't hate Willow, but I do think there's something going on. Like
Right.
I think it is exactly what Chase said. I think she has a lot of trauma that should have been processed with a therapist. Kevin is in town. I don't know why she isn't seeing him. And now she's just in love with Drew because he saved her, and that makes him the hero, even though everybody else was involved in that storyline. I mean, Laura, everybody was involved in that storyline.
Right.
But she kind of hyper fixated on Drew in this scenario, and now she's suddenly in love with him, and he's stalking her. He's creepy.
Yeah, I know he is creepy. I don't know what this whole storyline is just very weird, and I'm not into it.
No.
Laura arrives at the Quatermains and realizes that Lulu lied about spending the night with Rocco and Dante. Yes, we're all
50 Shades.
Yes.
You're not kidding, Matt. I feel you on that. I do think that the whole cult storyline is having like echoes, and it's I don't know. I guess it's a chance to break Willow out of the storyline. I know a lot of people think that her and Michael are boring, which I don't think is fair to them. But you know, they're not really doing anything exciting at the moment. First, they wanted Willow to become a nurse, and then she becomes a nurse, and then she doesn't want to be a nurse anymore. Now she's back to being a nurse. They just really have no idea what they're doing with Willow. She's like all over the place. And that kind of can't be fair for the actress to just have no idea if she's getting into a good storyline or being let go next week. Like, it's got to be difficult.
Yes. So Lulu is going to Prague to see Charlotte and the WSB agent, Matt. What's her name? I know you know her name.
Oh my God, I don't. You can't ask me a direct question.
He knows her name, and I don't remember her name.
I do know her name, but it'll come to me in like 10 minutes from now.
Yeah.
The woman with the French accent.
And also Dante's following as well. Yeah, so that was pretty much the December 26th episode. Do you have anything to add?
Just that I think Lulu's ridiculous. I think this whole storyline with Lulu is ridiculous, and it's not that I don't love her. I think she's great. I just think she's insane. She just had a liver transplant. She should be on anti-rejection medication. She should be constantly having her blood drawn to make sure that her liver isn't being rejected. And of course, in true Spencer fashion, she just gets on a plane and flies to Prague.
Of course, yeah. So we're moving on to December 27th episode. Jocelyn is at Kelly's with Jason, and she wants to get to the bottom about Dex's death.
Right.
Yes. Anna confronts Emma about her lies. Emma was expelled from Berkeley and has transferred to PCU. Robin also did not know anything about this as well.
I loved how Anna basically took down Emma. Like, the grandmother energy was strong. She was just like, "You're a liar. I know you're lying, and you're going to tell me everything, and you're not going to live at the campus. You're going to live here where I can watch you."
Exactly. And pretty funny that Emma thinks she can lie to someone with Anna's experience with the WSB.
Yeah, a double agent. Yeah.
Come on.
And the police commissioner. Good luck, kid.
Right. Good luck with that one. Nice try. Lulu and Charlotte reunite at a cafe in Prague, and Valentine reappears.
Out the window, like a stalker.
I did not think that we were going to see Valentine just yet, so that was a nice surprise.
I love him.
Yeah.
So it was fun for me to see him out the window.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he was like with his murder face on.
he did look very menacing in that moment. Like he was up to no good. But Michael consults with Diane about his marriage to Willow and the upcoming possible divorce. And
Diane tells him the same thing that Carly did about letting Willow take the kids. She's like, your mom was right about that.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
This isn't Carly's first custody battle.
Definitely not. Martin informs Laura and Alexis that Ace is the new heir of the Cassadine fortune. And
what a weird twist that is. Super fun.
They explained it, and I don't know exactly how they explained it, but I was like, I'm here for it.
It was because initially Nicholas was the heir, and then for whatever reason, it switched to Spencer, I guess when Nicholas was dead. And now Spencer is dead, so it goes to Ace as the only living male heir.
But what about Valentine? Valentine's still around.
Valentine's not in the direct line because Valentine is, I think he's illegitimate.
Yeah, you're right.
And also Victor is supposedly dead. Like none of these people are dead. That's why they're getting air quotes. They're all alive.
Right.
It should go back to Nicholas, but I guess, how could it not go back to Nicholas?
Yeah, I don't get that. Did
he never have himself declared alive in Greece? Do they still think he's dead?
I guess
I mean, I don't know. I think the sale isn't invalid, but the money they made from the sale would then transfer back to the
original. I don't know.
We don't know who killed Austin, and we don't know who bought Windermere.
I know, exactly. We don't know. Hopefully they bring that back, because I really want to know.
We're going to find out. I think I don't know. It's going to turn out to be some random Cassadine cousin. Or Julian Jerome still alive, since we had a mention of him this month.
Yeah. Joss and Emma are reunited at Kelly's, and their rivalry is renewed. Their childhood rivalry. I actually enjoyed watching that.
I don't really like the rivalry over a man situation. They were both 8, and Cameron was also 8. What are we doing?
They're very young, yeah.
That storyline was creepy when it aired. Leave it in the past.
Yeah. Jason informs Anna that Lulu is on her way to find Charlotte, and Anna is worried that someone is going to tail Lulu, which they do. I think this is the end of the episode, I think, where Ava arrives at Alexis' office and she slammed the door in her face, which was fun to watch. That was great. Actually, no, I think that was the next episode, but that's fine.
That's okay. It was still a great moment.
Okay, so we're on to December 30th. Liz meets with Portia and Terry, and I don't know if it was a lawyer or a hospital administrator. Lawyer. It was a lawyer. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I don't understand why they didn't see what Liz's point about having a lawyer at the hospital.
Because they were trying to railroad her and make her take culpability for it, so then the hospital doesn't get sued. Elizabeth gets sued. So they set her up. They were like, oh, it's an informal inquiry. And then she comes in and there's a lawyer present. And Liz is smart. Liz goes, oh, there's a lawyer present? Well, I need my lawyer. And they're like, you don't need your lawyer. You just need to answer some questions. And she's like, I'm not answering questions when you have a lawyer. Like, this is crazy. Right. And she's right, because they were trying to pin everything on her. So the hospital doesn't have to take any culpability for what's going on. And again, a lot of people, I'm not going to say it's just me because it's a lot of Reddit chatter, even the Facebook message chatters, is why don't they have cameras? Where are the logs from the medication releases? This is a hospital. Everything in a hospital is accounted for. So why don't we know anything? And also, in the scenario with Dex was stabbed. A police officer was stabbed, and there wasn't a single security guard on Dex's room.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that would be on the hospital. Like, the hospital doesn't want to be culpable in any of this. They want it all to pin, because then they can just fire Liz or have Liz arrested, and then it's case closed, back to work.
Right, exactly.
Yes. So I have a question.
Sure.
Was Portia the one that had to deliver the bad news? Like, she
they were both there. They were both there, but Portia is the one that was like, you need to answer these questions so I can send you to prison instead of us. Bad news bears Portia strikes again.
On Liz's side, like, she has a right to know about what happened, because apparently there was another patient that also died from a Digitalis overdose, and as well.
They
as
brought up a third patient, but that third patient, Derek, was from 3 years ago. So you tell me they weren't trying. Yes, you tell me they're not trying to railroad her when they pull up this other case from years ago and go, this was before you were head nurse, but we're still going to make you culpable for this too. But if the case is she's culpable because she's head nurse, this is a case where she wasn't head nurse. So wouldn't that head nurse be culpable for it? Like, what are you doing? And Terry's like, we need to calm down and we all need to talk about this. And Portia's like, you need to answer questions.
Who was the head nurse, Bobby?
Well, Epiphany would have been head nurse at that point because I think Bobby was
retired, yeah.
Semi-retired by then.
Yeah.
Because Epiphany was head nurse for a while.
All right. All right, bye.
Bye.
All right. I'm not sure why Ava is poor, but I'm here for it. She had money before the divorce. She did have money. She said she had other assets.
She did, but she said that later because she should have the, Matt's right. She should have the Jerome family money. Mm-hmm. She should have her gallery money. And
probably left her money.
Yeah.
Why are they assuming it wasn't a murder not in the house at the hospital at this point?
I don't know what that means. What do you mean?
Yeah, I'm confused.
Use more words. Help us out. Yeah, they're assuming all three are murders or medical neglect.
Right. Well, I'm just glad Rick stepped up and told her not to answer questions and got her out of there.
Rick was great. Like Rick appeared out of nowhere. Like he sensed lawyers and he was like, I need to lawyer here. And he just arrives and he's like, yeah, you're not going to say anything. And then they're like, you need to talk. And she's like, my lawyer advised me not to say anything. He's like, and I'm going to advise you to continue to say nothing.
Exactly. I was so glad that happened. And
Hero.
Yeah, he was. Rick is killing it. Love him. Alexis,
I always did, though. I'm always excited when he's on.
Yeah, you liked him before I did, but yeah.
When he was wacky and he held Carly captive, I cheered. I was a big fan of that storyline.
Why are they assuming someone at the hospital did? That is a good point. Yeah.
Because they haven't checked their cameras and they haven't checked their logs and they haven't done any of their due diligence. They're just going to blame Elizabeth and try and close the book on it. Seems pretty incompetent.
It's ridiculous when people can solve cases with their Ring doorbells, but a hospital can't.
Yeah.
Video footage of anything.
What this murder needs is a true crime girly.
I think GH forgets about the existence of cameras now because there was no camera on the Quartermaine property when.
And then a month later, they said the Quartermaine property has cameras all over it. So there's a consistency error that seems to be very convenient, which is fine and fun. But at the same time, most of us know that there's cameras everywhere. And in the hospital, there's oversight. It's ridiculous to think that okay, so check the records. How much digitalis is missing from the hospital stores?
Yeah, it makes sense, right?
Is any? If there's a ton missing, patients. But if there's like 3 specific vials missing, then who checked those vials out? All that would have been logged.
Right. Yeah, they're not thinking with their heads here.
Yeah.
So Ava appeals to Laura about the Cassadine money, and Laura says there's nothing she can do. And then Ava goes to see Alexis, who slams the door in her face. So that's when that happened.
I actually really enjoyed this scene between Laura and Ava because Laura, more than anyone, understands that Ava did actually love Nicholas and wanted to help him. And he was just a little bit too Cassadine for that. But she does respect Ava and would have given the money back to Ava if she could.
Right.
Because she thinks that money's evil, and someone as crazy as Ava could probably win against the evil.
And she was ready to give it up to Charity. Everything.
She doesn't want Ace tainted by the Cassadine money, which is
right.
I understandable considering that Laura's been living under a curse from the Cassadine since 1981, the end of 1981.
True.
Into early 1982.
Prague, where Charlotte is reunited with Lulu. The twist is that Valentine knew the whole time that Charlotte was going to be meeting with Lulu. So he goes and interrupts and welcomes Lulu back, and then they get into it about who's taking Charlotte with them.
They both make really good points, and they do seem to be getting through to one another. And and then Dante arrives from nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah, Dante arrives and Valentine is not happy about it. He thinks,
No, because she said she was coming alone, and now here's
Right.
Dante.
he
And
thinks
Lulu is like, I didn't invite him. What the hell's he doing here?
right. And then shots are fired.
Shots fired. Literally, though, not figuratively.
Yeah, shots are fired.
Through the cafe window.
Okay, one more thing I want to mention about this episode. This is something that I actually really enjoyed. I never enjoy this person in a scene, but Christina and Lucas, I did enjoy their scenes together.
Did you? Because it felt like to me
Yeah.
that Christina was fishing for information from Lucas.
She was, but my opinion was, I felt like she was coming around to being okay with Ava.
I don't think so. I think she was fishing for information, and she was using that image as emotional blackmail to tie herself closer to Lucas so she could get information on Ava. I don't think Christina has learned a damn thing.
I was hoping, but
We'll cross her fingers on it and we'll see what happens. We're like, maybe I'm the devil and you're the angel on her
Well,
shoulder.
she did have that line where she said, well, jury decided that Ava was innocent. And
She doesn't believe that.
I wouldn't think so, but what she was
She
saying
doesn't.
was like, all right, Christina, you're finally coming to your senses. All right, this is great.
Nope. That girl does not learn. Mm-mm.
Well, you're probably right, because it is Christina, but I had hope for her for once.
It was a sweet scene. Otherwise, I do like that Lucas got the memento from Julian. And it's nice to show that his father really cared about him and held on to the photograph. It's also nice to hear about Julian because I love Julian Jerome and I still don't believe he's dead, even though I saw the body. I don't believe it.
Yeah. It was too abrupt.
Right. Right.
Makes sense. Yeah.
She is lying to us, Matt.
Also, one other thing. Lucky applied to be a bartender at Charlie, so it looks like Lucky's sticking around.
Good.
Yeah. All right, so we will get on to January 2nd episode. Ava and Alexis, those were some great scenes they had together after she slammed the door in her face. I really enjoyed that. Alexis took a lot of delight in Ava's play, and it really made me happy.
I just really enjoyed the fact that Alexis didn't have to do anything underhanded or dirty. She's just like, I'm a professional. This is the professional information. You ain't getting the money. Grow up.
Where karma comes around and you don't have to do anything. It just comes around and bites you in the ass.
Yeah.
Also, Anna and Brennan. Anna goes to see Brennan at the Metroport, and she takes him. That was because apparently Emma told Anna that she met an Australian man, and Anna doesn't want him anywhere near Emma, so she's there to protect her granddaughter.
It was funny. He's like, "Why did you tase me? If you wanted the Shiraz, you could have just took the bottle."
Right?
He's great. He continues to impress me with his humor, and I just put him in every storyline. He's so fun.
He is fun. I love him. He's a great addition to the cast in 2024 for sure.
Yep.
No, this scene kind of irritated me. Drew invites Willow to DC for his inauguration or whatever it is.
And Willow's completely unaware of optics.
She has no idea. First she hesitates and then she accepts, but she doesn't. She's bringing Wiley too, which is really smart of her.
She only token objects because he talks her around to it super quick. He's just like, I'll bring my daughter, you bring your son, and this won't look like we're playing Happy Family.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of here. It's just ridiculous. The two of them, they're playing like this game where they're the only people in the world and nothing affects them, and they're a beautiful new Brady Bunch family, I guess.
Yeah. So Sasha goes to see Michael and ends up telling him that she's pregnant, which I wasn't expecting. I thought she was going to keep that a secret.
I don't think she can forever unless she left town before telling him.
Well, I think that was her plan,
and that she did tell him. I guess she knows how much Michael's been lied to lately and doesn't want to add to it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Michael eventually agrees to let her raise the baby alone, and as long as she stays in Port Charles. So.
Well, she made some good points, but
yeah,
I still don't think that's fair to Michael because Michael, he's a good dad to his kids. He doesn't really deserve that. But I understand what she's saying about not wanting the Corinthos attention, the Quartermain family attention. That's more chaotic good than anything else. But Sonny's got enemies, and
But it's also in
between
Michael's
the two.
best interest to keep the affair under wraps and not claim to be.
At least until the end of the custody battle.
Yeah, it's in his best interest. So maybe that's what he's thinking, because he knows he's going to have to go to battle for the kids, even though he doesn't want to.
Yeah, but he doesn't want her to leave town because he doesn't want her to lose her family support system and do this 100%
Yeah, he did mention
alone.
that too. And
He's a good guy.
yeah, and I don't want Sasha to leave because she just found her family. She just found the Scorpio clan, and they're all very supportive of her. She even goes to the hospital, and Felicia's her patient advocate, and Felicia finds out she's pregnant, and she's really excited for her.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think Sasha's going anywhere.
And Felicia's just like, well, we don't need to know about the dad. Usually we like to know for medical reasons, but who cares? Women can do it themselves. And I was like, yeah, Felicia.
Also in this episode, Sonny collapses. He has having issues with his heart, and Isaiah finds him at the gym. Palomino, is that the name of the gym? I forget. It was impressed with her. I don't blame Sasha, but yeah, I'm sad for Michael. Agreed.
Michael's having a tough time this year, and it
He
sucks. I really like Michael.
Mm-hmm.
I know he doesn't get the best storylines, but somebody's got to run the damn company. ELQ is important.
Yes, I agree. So getting back to what I was saying, Sonny collapses. Isaiah finds him at the gym, and he calls an ambulance, and he gets treated. And it turns out he has this heart issue that Isaiah says he needs to get treated right away, or it could lead to more problems later on.
He's on his way to a widowmaker heart attack, is what Isaiah is basically saying. He had heart palpitations before when he was talking to Christina. This is the second time he's showing heart attack symptoms, like early heart attack symptoms.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Isaiah handled it like a champ. He was like, I don't need to tell anyone, but you need to handle it. And Sonny's head of the mob, so he can't show weakness. He shows weakness, his enemies attack, kill half his family. That's just how it goes. So now he's in trouble because he's got to find an heir.
Right.
And it ain't going to be Jason.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay, so we'll move on. Is there anything else you want to say about this episode before we move on to the next one?
I love the scene between Anna and Jack. I think they have a lot of fun chemistry as frenemies. So I want to see more of that.
Yeah, I agree. Willow and Washington see Nina's trying to take control of Willow's life.
When is Nina not taking control of Willow's life? When has Nina ever stepped back and left Willow alone for 10 seconds? She's
Never.
Crazy. And I think Cynthia Watros does the best job ever of balancing like concerned mother with crazy psychopath. I think she does a great job.
Oh my God, I love her. She's so
Was this? Oh, and the next one is the one where she has the conversation with Curtis, which is hilarious. By the way, Curtis has been killing it lately.
Oh yeah.
I love how they're pulling him towards center stage, which is where he belongs.
Yes. Okay, so Lulu has blamed Dante for everything, and he tells her, everything is his fault, and he tells her to stop the search for Rocco's sake and come home with him. But Lulu's not having it, and they get into an argument, and he goes off on Lulu about Sam and how selfish she is, and he's right. I 110% agree with Dante.
The single-mindedness of Lulu to the exclusion of every other person in her life and what they think and feel is so Luke Spencer coded. It's not even funny. Mm-hmm. It's crazy to me that that's the way it happened. Yeah, Lulu is exhausting, but in the best way. And I just love this gives a chance for Dante to show how he's mourning Sam and how much pain he's in, because he just said, he's like, she died so Rocco could have his mother, and you don't even care.
Yeah.
And she's so focused on Charlotte, and it's so crazy.
Who's Benson? You mean Nell?
Oh, Nell Benson, yeah.
Okay, Nell. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Do you think they're gonna bring Nell back? You think so? I mean, she's canonically dead, but that doesn't mean anything. This is a soap. I wouldn't mind if they did.
We never found her body, so why not?
That's all right. Even if you find the body, you can get her around.
I would like to see Nell's reaction if she finds out that Willow's her twin and Nina's her mother.
I would feel so bad for Willow, because in that case, she would have an extremely manipulative mother, and then an extremely manipulative twin sister. And like Willow doesn't have the willpower of like a wafer thin cracker. So like everybody would be pushing her around.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It would be fun to watch. I wouldn't mind
I
it.
would watch it. I'd do it. Yeah.
So also Valentine gives Charlotte the option to go back to Port Charles, but she wants to stay with Valentine.
I think this is unfair for Charlotte because she loves her father, and like they have almost an unhealthy. No, I'm gonna say they have an unhealthy codependency.
They did find her body, Jason. Oh, really? I don't remember that.
What does that mean, Matt? That doesn't mean anything. It's a soap. You're never dead forever. Even if they cut off your head like Faison and they study your brain, that doesn't mean you're dead.
Yeah. Well, I honestly thought that Valentine only said that because he knew Charlotte was going to say she's going to stay with him because she has some kind of devotion to her father. Because
it's codependency. They both have
Yeah.
it. Like he doesn't. They both talk to each other like they're the only person to have in the entire world. And I think for Valentine, it is true. Charlotte is all he has in the entire world. But Charlotte has grandparents. She has cousins. She's got so much family. She has a brother. She has a mother. She has so much family, but she chooses to stay with him because she realizes that he only has her.
Yes.
And that's a lot of pressure to put on a child.
I agree. Jason tells Sonny that he will step in short term for the business because of Sonny's looking like Sonny's suffering from an illness and there's whatever's wrong with his heart.
He's talking about retirement.
Yeah, he's talking about retirement. Jason says he'll step in short term, but he won't step in long term anymore because of Danny and he's the only parent that Danny has left. So I give him props for that.
Character growth for Jason.
Character growth, yeah. Love it. But that leaves Sonny with a dilemma of
it's going to be Christina.
Yeah, it's going to be.
They've been talking about it for a long time, and she's the one that seems to also have bipolar. She's the one who's unhinged. Her moral compass is messed up, and she has that code that he has that's nonsense. It's just do what I want you to do, or I'm angry with you. That seems to be Sonny's code.
Right. Yeah, I don't think there's not. Oh, Nina. We didn't talk about Nina. Are they grooming?
I think so. I think so.
Yeah. Nina confides in Curtis about Willow and Drew. Curtis figures out that Nina and Drew were intimate. I actually enjoyed those scenes a lot. Nina was pretty unhinged in those scenes, and it was fun.
Because Curtis was like, here is the mirror. You're crazy. And you need to understand that when you go to Willow to tell her all of these things, you have to tell on yourself. And that's the only way you're going to get through it. He's not being mean to her. He's being a good friend. And their friendship, I love because they are honest with each other. When she's being insane, Curtis is like, you need to dial it back a little bit. I think her best friends are Curtis and Maxie because they both tell her exactly how it is. And like, I love the platonic nature of their relationship because they don't give you a lot of guy-girl relationships where it's platonic on these shows. It's always some kind of weird chemistry. But like Curtis is purely Nina's friend and he is always in her corner. And it's so funny because when they both turned against Drew, like Michael and Curtis turned against Drew, Nina's like, but I thought you and Drew were friends. And he's like, not anymore. And she's like, okay. It's just whatever.
Also, Michael interrupts and Nina tells him that Willow and Drew are in DC together with Wiley. And Michael handles it pretty well, but he does place a call to Diane asking if he can use this. And I'm sure she said yes. We didn't hear her, but
it was great, though, because Curtis clocked it immediately. Curtis is like, uh-oh, you're in trouble.
Right? He did.
He's like, that is the look of a man who no longer gives a shit. So
yeah, exactly. Like I really feel for Michael. Like he does not want to fight for custody. He knows Willow's a good mom.
Well, he's still in love with his wife.
Play dirty. Yeah. Exactly. All right. Any other things you want to add about this week or this episode?
Maxie has always been the wise philosopher, even when she was insane and feeding Lucky drugs on the daily. Like she's always had that. She's had that ability to be the voice of the audience. Like she just points at things and says, "This is crazy, and we really shouldn't be doing it." but we're gonna do it anyway, I guess.
Right?
I
Yeah.
love her, but she's also the person who's she can so easily see everyone else's solutions except her own, and that is so real. So
Very
real
true.
for her.
Yeah. So you have Maxie, Joss, and you have as like, and who else did we say earlier that are like the voice of
Lucas is doing it. Yeah, Lucas
Mhm.
is doing it. I think that Jocelyn's been incredible this year in pointing out hypocrisy.
Yes. I agree.
I love her. She's great.
Yes. All right. Do you have anything else to add?
I want to say that it is absolutely terrible that when Laura said that she was excited to have both her children for Christmas, that she didn't say this is the best Christmas present I've ever gotten because it was her birthday. And the show seems to forget that it was her birthday. I think it's an atrocity that we didn't do the Christmas story this year.
Correct. I
For the
agree.
first time in 100 years. We could have done the Krampus story. You don't want to do the
Mhm.
regular one. You could have done Rudolph, but they didn't do the children's party at the hospital. And that's been a tradition since as far back as I can remember.
Forever.
Other than that, I thought these episodes were way more exciting than I thought Christmas and pre-New Year's and New Year's week were going to be. I thought we were going to get nothing.
Yeah.
And it was actually really fun. A lot of crazy stuff happened.
Yes. It was good times. Yeah.
And I love Lucas telling Elf Willow because he literally gave up his son so that Willow and Michael could be a proper family for that kid. He like cut his own heart out, and then to have Willow, not more than what is it, 2 years, not even 2 years later, like messing around and ruining her marriage and everything. And he was like, "I did this so Wiley would be happy, and this is what you do."
Yeah.
Like that was cool. He was not wrong.
Yeah. I agree. All right. Well, Karen and I are going to head over to Patreon to do the best and worst of 2024. So
It'd be
please,
fun.
yeah, and please comment and let us know what you agree with, what you disagree with, what your best and worst pick was. We would love to hear it. Matt, I love this week. And yes, on Lucas, he had every right to say what he. Yes,
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Mhm. Absolutely. So we're going to talk about best storyline, best performance of the year, best recast, worst recast. We're going to do it all. So come and join us. And we also have a clip of the week to watch, which is going to be fun as well. The nominees this week are Valentine Reappears, Alexis slams the door in Ava's face, and Jason and Ned's moment at the Quatermain house.
These are all very good clips.
Yes.
It's
for
been a
sure.
great time for the holidays at General Hospital.
Yeah, so come and join us on Patreon and see who won and see who our picks are for the best and worst of the year. So we will see you soon.